Hello everyone and welcome to United Unravelled. We are here now to do the post-match analysis of Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Manchester United have won 3-1 away at Selhurst Park and it's a great win. I'm really excited about this win. It's around 4 a.m. 3:30 a.m. here in India. But here I am doing a video of the post-match reaction. Firstly, the lineup. This is the lineup that we had predicted in the preview video, and uh, I think if you can see, except for Pereira being replaced by Fred, it was the same lineup. I expected Ashley Young to be given the winger's role, but maybe rightly Ole asked Delort to play forward because Ashley Young might have had too much to do, coming back for defending. So rather Ashley Young defend at the back and Delort can go ahead and attack and put in crosses. I think he did well for a fullback playing as a winger. Uh, so that was the only change in lineup. I think I expected that we won't start any of the youth players, though some of them might be on the bench. But until and unless we are comfortably winning, I didn't expect any of them to come on because I think we still have players like Pereira, Fred, and Young and Dalot who could come in, and we have a experienced 11. So yeah, this is what was expected. So, how important is this win? It's a very significant win because with all the injuries, this was one very tricky game. We have more coming up, but this was a game where if we drop points, we would fall back again in the race for title. And we know Arsenal had a comfortable home win, so they stay a point ahead of us. Chelsea surprisingly have beaten Tottenham 2-0. So Chelsea, they have a game in hand. If they win, they could again go a point above us. But we are in touching distance. But this also brings Tottenham closer to us. I think the gap between United and Tottenham is just 5 points. Another loss and Tottenham is pulled back into the top four race, where they were very comfortably third. I mean, they have made the spot their own. But that is why this is a very important win. We knew either Chelsea or Tottenham would drop points, and maybe Arsenal might not. So we had to keep our pace with them. And we have a home game against Southampton, which we are expected to win because it's a home game. Because Southampton, though they have won today, I think we have enough quality to win it. We'll do see more of it in the preview video. So today the players, they had to really step up, the experienced players, and Lukaku, I think, who would have expected Lukaku to come up with 2 goals today? And the first one, the finish was really fantastic. You have to appreciate him whenever where credit is due. I think his overall play might not be as good, but the hold up play or the first touch and all, but he did finish, just a single touch and a curvy finish. It will look very much like an Anthony Martial goal. You would have thought of Lukaku as a right-footed curving finisher had you not known he's a left-footed. So it was a really wonderful goal. The second one, uh, again, for the first one, the run from Luke Shaw, I think that is something he gives us a lot, which we haven't got enough from the right back when Ashley Young is playing. But Luke Shaw, I think, did fantastic well there with the run, and at the end giving a pass to Lukaku, he finished it perfectly well. Again, Sanchez, again we'll come to it. But for the second goal, again, Lukaku trying for it till the end, and then a kind of acrobatic finish, I would say, giving it his all. You could see he's not, he's giving his 100%, trying for every ball until it has crossed out of line. So that was a very good goal, and it's a great time for Lukaku to come back in confidence because we need him. We need all the players that are currently available to play with confidence, to be at their best, be it Lukaku or Sanchez. Every United fans' favorites are Martial, Lingard, and Rashford. But yeah, they're not here currently. They are injured. So Lukaku and Sanchez have to step up, and we want them to be at their best. Third goal, after we switched to a 3, Ashley Young could come a lot more forward as a wing back, and yeah, Lukaku hold up well, giving it to Pogba with an assist again, remember that, and Pogba with just a wonderful simple ball to Ashley Young, and Ashley Young doing a very good job there, just driving it hard and just from the legs of, just outside the legs of the keeper. And we were really under the pressure at that time after the goal from Crystal Palace, where again Ashley Young was a bit at fault for letting it go, letting Zaha have the ball from his control. But after that goal, and or rather even a lot of the second half period, after we were 2-0 up, we just sat back. We invited a lot of pressure, and that is one thing that is missing in this team is whenever we are under pressure, we don't have enough players that can bring the ball out. Pogba is one such player, but currently the 11 that we had on the pitch, I don't think there was anyone else who could bring the player. I think Rashford, once he came on, he could do that. Luke Shaw at times, but yeah, we need the midfielders to be able to do that. Uh, Fred, I think he was given his chance. I expected Pereira to start because he probably has a more preference over Fred, but Ole gave Fred a chance. I think he did decently well. Uh, his passing, I mean, obviously there is room to improve. Remember, he's playing his first game in probably around 2 months. He gave some good long balls. At times, he was playing simple, giving the position. At times, he had some missed passes initially, especially in the first half. But I think, yeah, he gave a decent performance. He can be relied upon for the next game. It's not suddenly a very bad performance where we're thinking, oh man, he's one player we shouldn't ever be starting. So yeah, we can give him another opportunity in next game at a home game. Probably we'll have a lot more ball. We still did have 55% of the ball overall, but against Southampton at home, I think we should dominate the ball even more. Uh, Scott McTominay, I think he did pretty well. I mean, he's improving day by day. Probably, I think he's keeping his job simple. Uh, and again, he has. I think right now I won't criticize him at all because he, as long as he does his defensive duties well and makes simple passes around and let the rest of the players take care of the part ahead. I think I would be happy with him doing that. He's an academy player who is learning his curve. Uh, who's still in his learning curve, and yeah, I think Sanchez again. He was decent, I would say, not really good at all, but not bad or like yeah. There are so many times I feel why is he not passing the ball so early? Like, he just takes too much time to think and find that one perfect pass that will directly lead to a goal. I think at times he just have to, with the flow, you have to just pass it, and he just breaks the momentum at time. But I think today was a decent performance than what we have seen before. We are gonna have to use him in the next match, and I hope he performs well. I think he had some half chances he could have done well with, but again, I think none of the players from the team had a real bad performance today. I would have criticized Ashley Young, but again, he scored a goal in late half in the last minute when we actually needed it the most. But again, there's one point. Every time Ashley Young has the ball as a right back, we the only thing he says is take it on the right foot and put a long ball ahead. I think we lose the position in 8 out of 10 times in such balls, and that is where I think he doesn't offer much when we have the ball to keep the position. So that is where and not so much of criticism of him. I mean, he's become slow. It's his age and maybe not even his natural position. But that is why I feel we should give Dalot more of a chance nowadays. Especially, let's say we have a home game against Southampton, we can play Dalot there, because otherwise next season when we want United to probably go higher up the table and challenge further, we will again end up being stuck with Ashley Young for as our first choice left back. We want Dalot to be playing most of the games next season, but for that we should give him enough chances this season to develop him and have a trust in him. Uh, so these are some of the areas to improve. Again, we don't have it's our best 11, so yeah, we a 3-1 win is a really good scoreline. Maybe 2-1 would have been a more justifying because we had to hold on to it, especially in the second half. Crystal Palace a tricky game, but today I would take an ugly win any day today. Next game at Old Trafford, we should be comfortable. Again, football is a funny game, but we should try to win it comfortably. Player ratings, I think starting with De Gea, I think he had a decent performance. I would say 7, a couple of decent stops. I don't think he could have done anything with the goal. It was a very close range header. Uh, Maybe the defense should have done something better there. But yes, 7. Ashley Young with the goal. I think you have to give him an 8 out of 10 performance. Uh, the centre back pairing again did well. I mean, they well most of the times. I think there were some of the chances where they were getting through, but I think we controlled Batshuayi pretty well. Later, Benteke also didn't have much. From corners also, I think we were pretty decent. We had a very great chance in the corner in first half from Lukaku, uh, and again we scored the second goal via corner. So I think we are improving there. We the defensive unit as a whole in terms of attacking as well as defensive corner is improving well. So Chris Smalling and uh, Lindelof we can give uh, 7 performance maybe. Lindelof maybe an 8, Chris Smalling 7 because Lindelof helps the midfield a lot in terms of bringing out the ball, and that is why maybe I thought Bai should have started because when we don't have Herrera and Matic, centre back that can help bring the ball from behind is more important to keep position. Shaw, I think he was really good today. Defense as well as going forward. I think with Sanchez coming in a lot of times, Shaw had the wing for himself, and he did take a lot of runs there. He did a lot of overlapping runs to put the ball in. So I would give him and he also had an assist. I would give him an 8 or a 9 out of 10. In midfield, Scott McTominay, I think it's an 8. Fred, I think it's 7. He could do a lot better with his passing. He has the potential, I believe, because we have seen him in big stage games for his previous team. So I think we can gradually we can see that. So 7 out of 10 maybe. Uh, Again, Pogba, I think he has an assist. He did well in terms of discipline. He had to defend again a lot because of the playing with 2 new midfielders, I would say. So I would give him an 8 out of 10. In front, I think Lukaku, certainly 9 out of 10. Or maybe even a 10 out of 10 you can give him. His overall play might not, suit United's flowing football, but he scored a goal in an important match, and I think that means the most. And he scored 2 goals, so I am bound to give him a 10 out of 10. Sanchez maybe 7 out of 10. Uh, and on the right, Dalot, I think you can give him a 7. He did decently. He took good positions. I think many times he put in good balls. There was one chance where he put a good ball for Pogba to head, I think, which went over the bar. So yeah, that's the player ratings. Uh, but it's a very crucial win, and yeah, on to the next game. I think Ole's unbeaten run continues. Long may it go, and but we have important games coming up because the top 4 race isn't over. I think it's going to go down the wire, and we don't know what point might be valuable there, and these 3 points are certainly very valuable for Manchester United. And yeah, let's see. Let's hope for a win against Southampton again on weekend. We'll do the preview for it soon. As soon as I think Ole gives us some injury updates. We hope that Rashford is completely fit at least for next game, so we can see him starting in the front 3 from the middle or on the right, maybe with Lukaku. But maybe apart from Rashford, we hope that someone comes back. Maybe a Martial. That would be a great boost. Maybe we don't know the exact updates on Herrera and Matic as well. So let's hope one of the players from the front midfield and attack comes back for the next game, and we have a stronger lineup to start with. But nevertheless, the team that was put out, they played really well, and I think tonight we couldn't have expected more. A 3-1 win is a great result. So that's it from my side, guys. It's 4 a.m. almost. I'm about to sleep now. I probably have to get up early as well tomorrow. Not so early, but let me know your thoughts on the player ratings and who played well and how important do you think this result is. Do like the video and subscribe and share, and let us know your views in the comments. Thank you everyone. Good night.